If we pop over to the pricing calculator on the Microsoft Azure pricing calculator, again, we're going to do a whole video on how to use the pricing calculator because we do recognize that it's a very daunting tool. It's big, but you'll see here compute, networking, storage. These are three main components to go ahead and set up. If you need to do backup, all you have to do is actually type backup. Whoops. And then you'll see Azure Backup. And then you could add Azure Backup to the estimate here. And basically, it needs to understand like how many machines, what's the total storage, what's the retention policy to have that set up, and your data churn. And then it'll give you a cost on the other side. And each one of these would set up different sections within your within the calculator. Let me go back here. I know I got a few more. AVD, very important. AVD is a new hot topic here at Azure on Microsoft. So basically, from any device connected to the internet, as long as it has a browser, you can connect to your desktop and have it set up, be it the entire desktop if you want to put that up in the cloud, or if you just want to set up Microsoft or any application. So here in the middle, you're seeing application workload, right? So Excel, Word, Notepad, you can have those set up and just click the application and that'll load for your user. It could be from a desktop, laptop, tablet, mobile device, you name it. If you're in the middle of writing a letter and you had to take off because a customer was having an emergency and then you wound up at a local coffee shop with your laptop, you could go ahead and log back in and continue writing that letter just wherever you left off. It's really exciting. If you have questions around Azure Virtual Desktop, again, please reach out to our team. Where's AVD useful in security and regulated solutions, elastic workforce? So a lot of people in today's workspace are working in different places or remote or working from home. This is a great opportunity for your customer to secure their corporate data. So between using AVD and managing your corporate data, you're able to secure customer data. Intune's a great solution, and we'll have another presentation around Intune in the future where we can talk about how that happens. Azure desktops are available worldwide. I'm speeding up a little bit because I'm definitely running into Q&A if there's any. Different workloads that you can use up in Microsoft Azure, depending on whether your workload type is light, medium, or heavy. We'll get this presentation to you after this webinar, so you could take a look through it on your own. I know some of the slides I had to quickly go over, but you're really looking at CPU, RAM, and storage. Those are the three main drivers for Microsoft Azure. Video. So video is always a complaint or a challenge within AVD when you got up there, especially through Microsoft Teams. Microsoft has done a really great job of streamlining video. So people, I wouldn't say don't have any issue, but it's very small in comparison to what it used to be. And you can take advantage of it. Choosing the right cloud solution, remote stream, if you need remote app streaming, multi-session, non-persistent desktops. Certainly you could use AVD. If you need GPU, imagine having your architectural firm doing what they need to do as far as GPU, and then being able to transfer files on Azure's backplane at 10 gig network. You'd be able to move files very, very quickly and very securely. You can use shared desktops as well as dedicated desktops. And then I'm really not going to give Nerdio a whole lot of time, but Nerdio's been around for a long time. They're very good at working manager for MSPs. If you're interested in learning more about Nerdio, again, please reach out to our Azure sales team. There's a a QR code that you can snap off an email. You can snap a picture of and send an email. But Nerdio has strong ties into the Azure infrastructure, endpoint for Intune, Azure Identity, SaaS management, security, setting up schedules. If the customer only actually wanted to use their infrastructure, let's say 8 to 5, Monday to Friday, Nerdio is fantastic at doing that. Again, they've got over 2.5 million users under management. There is a bit of a fee for using their services, but I tell you, for what you pay and what you get back in return, Nerdio is really, really well done. The deployment time, I would say over time, Microsoft has done a good job of bringing these timelines down, like 4 hours and 8 hours. But Nerdio is very, very fast. It's all done through API. And we have huge success when we talk to partners around how their Nerdio practice is going when they're doing not only AVD, which Nerdio has huge skills in, but around Azure in general. Here's another slide to talk to you about compute. There's some numbers down here at the bottom. I don't have time to go through this slide, but if you want to, you look at it, depending on how you manage it, there's different amount of cost savings here based on this, setup here below. So if you're interested in asking the Azure team a question and you're not interested in asking me one, go ahead and snap a picture with your mobile phone. It'll set up an email for you. You can ask your question. It'll go directly to Ron Farrar, who's our business development manager around Azure. He'll certainly reach out to you or set up a call to do that.